What happens when a brand new skater tries really hard tricks before they're ready? The problem is skateboarding is really hard and intimidating. But what if I could show you how to progress the proper way? First try! Here's the thing, you want to kickflip, heel flip, shred the park, but you have to learn how to skate with less risk so you can do it longer. Let's go! What if there was a place where you could level up your tricks, learn how to do all the tricks, have the largest library of tutorials ever, and get help while you're learning with an amazing supportive skate community, all while getting 10% off all your skateboard gear. Braille Army Plus, everything a skater needs. Click the link and start learning to skate.
All right, everybody, welcome to the live stream. Thank you for joining us. We got Ricky Gaza, Uzi Walker, Jungle, Manuel Carrera, Book, and Chris McNugget behind the lens. Hello. Now, as you can see in the title of this video, what we're going to be doing today is a live skate support. It's so live that a plane is flying out there. But what's going to happen with this live skate support is shout out to all the Braille Army Plus members. Let's go. We love you guys. You can join Braille Army Plus in the link in the description. But the Braille Army Plus members, they've been struggling with learning a few tricks. They have actually submitted a bunch of videos to us, and we're going to watch the videos right here, live in real time. We're going to see their problems, and we're going to try to give them some tips, give them some advice, give them some things to practice. So that sounds like a fun time to me. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments. Hit a little I like skate in the comments. I like skate. Yeah, I like skate too, bro. So what do you think? Maybe let's get to the first video.
Let's check it out.
Take a look. Yeah. Little ollie. Yeah. Close. All right. So thank you, Lucas, Braille Army Plus member, for submitting that ollie. It looks really good to me. You're getting out there, practicing, and there was a few things that I like to see right after that. Maybe you guys want to say something. What do you think about the ollie, boy?
That was solid, completely solid. The balance on the board is solid. A little shaky at first, but hey, the nerves on the skateboard, we all right here, all four of us, even the man behind the lens, Chris McNugget, been there. And we all start off a little shaky, so hey, it's okay to be a little scared at first, a little tempting. Just know my ollie started off with that too.
So you think they're doing good and just keep doing what they're doing?
Hey, you know what? If you need a little tip, the legs are a little too shaky up there. Grab a hold of something. Just grab a hold of something. Get that nice placement. I see you got a good foot placement with the toe being in the pocket. You right here. So just grab a hold of something, keep it nice and solid, and keep on popping.
You got it solid. Your balance looks solid. You're popping, and then the board is kind of, it's like almost ready to fly up in the air and do a high ollie, but then maybe you just need to do like 1,000 more of those. And you'll be able to
1,000 ollies.
Yeah,
That's what it takes.
What do you think, man? Perfect. Don't stop what you're doing.
Very nice. I think so too. That is a really good attempt, looking really solid. You know, the way that the ollie gets into the air is it's all about the timing. It's not necessarily how strong you are. It's not how high you can jump. It's all about the timing. So just keep going with that timing. Like Lo said, I think the foot placement is really good. You could experiment with your front foot. You could maybe have it lower down or a little bit higher up, a little bit more off, a little bit more on. Just experiment with what feels good with you. But the back foot on the toes on the ball of your foot was really good. And just keep practicing that timing. So thank you for submitting that clip. It's really awesome to see you out shredding. And I think we're going to look at the next Braille Army Plus members video right now. Xavier R. Xavier, let's get it.
What you doing, big dog?
Kickflip. Anytime I flick, my board flies away. All right. Let's have a little look here. Oh, can we get that played one more time if possible? Oh, okay.
One more.
Oh, big pop.
Big fly away.
All right. Okay. So, what do you think?
I'm gonna give you 3 steps of how I kickflip. 3 little steps for you because I was in those same shoes. I was kickflipping. It was.
Oh!
Going like that. I feel you, big dog. But here's the 3 strategies on how to kickflip. First, the carpet's a great idea. All that's great, but you got to go outside. I'm going back to it. You got to find a fence of something your height. Grab, get a good foot placement, and just start flicking it under you. Get the nice flick down where you can land it with 1 foot. And bam, that was number 2. Then number 3 is you land, hold on to the fence, jump up, bolt it, and that's how you kickflip, big dog. You got it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm trying to think. I do think probably hanging on to something might be the best. Or you could also try to jump a little bit forward, and then if that doesn't work, maybe add in flicking down a little bit, and then should make the board not flat.
Yeah, so I think an interesting point, I 100% agree with Glow. That is definitely the process to learn the kickflip. But in response to your specific theory, saying that the board flings too far away, I think what you could try is maybe try having your foot a little bit more off. So that when you do the flick, it's flicking it a little less and the board can stay a little bit more in the kick spot. If you try to flick with your foot like this and slide it up like this, then it's going to go flying. So maybe you could experiment a little bit with the foot position. But like what Bo said, I love that you're on the carpet. I love that you're practicing the kickflips. Really just get the flip down, and when you get the flip down, then you can start worrying about committing, landing back on. What do you think, Mowgli?
I think that a good way to understand kickflip is ollie north, because like you're teaching yourself how to have your foot out and bring it back, and there's no flipping involved. So you're just like taking your foot off, bringing it back, and you start recognizing that you can bring your foot back. Once you have that down, I think trying to kickflip, like flick it, not hard and not out because you're beginning, flick it down, and always remember your back foot, because this is the number 1 thing everyone always does. They think about everything going on with their foot that's flicking, and they just immediately put down their foot right to the floor. So always think you're just jumping. You got it.
And another important thing with all these kickflips is always take it back to the practice steps, Follow the practice steps. We got the tutorial in the Braille 100 Plus membership, full access to the Skateboarding Made Simple volumes, and just get used to that flick, get used to those practice steps. Rewatch the videos, connect with the community, and they can really help you, like we are trying to help you right now. So maybe let's check out the next one. Number 3, let's go.
Got Rock Fakie from Matthew.
Yeah, fine trick. Seeing some transition. Let's go. Coming in. Boom.
Whoa.
Oh, solid.
That looked pretty good to me.
Yeah. Hey,
You gotta land.
we see that one more time.
Run that
Boom.
Uh-oh, I don't know if that one will land.
So, all right. I mean, hey, when you look at the tips, that was sick. I'm hyped. But one thing that I definitely would say is when you try these tricks, you never need to go for the biggest possible ramp. Always go incrementally. So that's what I like to see. This is a smaller, medium-sized ramp. We can keep going with the rock to Fakie, try on a higher ramp, and just keep expanding with it. Maybe eventually get to that JD vertical ramp level. But I'm stoked to see the rock to Fakie. What do you guys think?
That was a solid performance by that.
If I would have anything to say, it's because I couldn't see that second attempt. I don't know if it was lane or not, but just to be extra safe, if after you get into the rock, you lean a little bit, just a little tiny bit more into the ramp and way down the tail a little tiny bit, then it'll help the wheels just get back into the transition. Because if you hang up, then you might fall.
For sure, and that's a very good tip for people who rock the fakies. Sometimes they tend to just try to just roll it back, and sometimes you can do that. But if you give it a big rock and a rock in, it will always make your life easier, and that's kind of how you see the more advanced skaters do it. They have that authority and that control over the board, so it's never going to risk hooking up. But then sometimes you see they just force it in, so it's very nice to just get that clearance. What do you think, Logan?
I think that, who was this?
Matthew.
Matthew, honestly, if you need help, I need help. Because I've done that so many times, and still to this day, I'm doing the same thing. So, I mean, I guess I need help, and I can't give you more advice there, but I'm there with you.
That's very wise words, Mo. Keep pushing yourself, keep progressing, always work on your weaknesses. It's amazing. Alright, I think we are just about ready for the next video.
5 or 4?
I think 4.
All right, here you go.
Heel flip. I'm having trouble with making the board do a full rotation. Yeah. Good. Nice attempts from Declan.
I know something.
Alright, you want to slow down?
Yes. I'm not the master of heel flips by any means, but I know what the problem, or one of the problems, is like, I think about this a lot, because I do kickflips all the time. I think about it a lot when I do kickflips, but it works for heel flips too. I think what's happening is you're popping and then flicking before you jump and are clear off the board. Sometimes you pop and you go to flick and your back foot is just barely still touching the board, and then it like doesn't really want it, like it won't let it flick, so you gotta jump and make sure you pop, but then make sure your back foot is getting off the tail before you flick, because if your foot's still on the tail and you flick, it won't spin.
Solid advice.
That was some great advice. I can't heel flip to save my life, and you might have taught me how to heel flip. Big dog. Thank you. Wow. My heel flips look just like yours, so hey man, we're in the same shoes. It's all good. Keep on striving and getting better.
Nice. One thing that I would say about heel flip is I like to choose a spot on the board. So maybe right here, like up in this position, and I just think with my mind, I'm gonna kick this part of my heel so hard that I'm gonna kick as hard as I can. And just really try to just get that slide motion, you know? But if you're just thinking about it in terms of I'm gonna kick there and kick as hard as I can, it can kind of help it a little bit, because if you just straight up ollieing and then you're like, how am I gonna get the board to spin that way? It's really strange. But it sometimes can take a lot of strength. And that's why heel flips can, when people try them, they sometimes go like this, and not so good. They sometimes go like this. It's because it is a lot harder to get that rotation around. On the kick flip, it's quite more natural that the board spins this way. But then when we're flicking with this part of our heel, it is a little bit more difficult. So it is a harder trick, and it does take a little bit more time to get used to flipping it like that. But what's fun about skating is there's so many different tricks. You know, maybe practice going fast and do an ollie, front 180, back 180, half cab, maybe do some kick flips, then be like, all right, today I'm gonna really kick some heels so hard. I'm gonna flip the board. I'm definitely gonna flip the heel flips. So it's fun to just mix it up and just gradually progress all your skills.
Dude.
This is just my personal opinion. I feel like maybe work on your ollies a bit more, because it looked like your back foot didn't even leave the floor. And that's the most important part for every trick, making sure that your back foot is up there with your front foot. So it didn't flip, it didn't pop off the floor. So I would suggest just work on your ollies, even if it means you really want to do a heel flip. Sometimes it takes 1,000 ollies to just get one heel flip. So if you're having trouble and you're feeling discouraged, focus on ollie up a curb, ollie over a board. Make sure that you're understanding that you can pop an ollie high enough, so whenever you do try a heel flip, you're above it and it flips. But other than that, I think you're in the right direction. It looks like your form is great once you apply that, what I just said, with ollies.
Awesome. Well said, Mowgli. All right, I think we're ready for another submission. Let's take a look right here.
Matt, see you again. Drop in. Let's go. I might
boy,
watch the tip of
Trey.
this one. Yeah. Let's go.
I think he's got it.
Straight to vert.
Hesitation. Yeah.
Little
Boom.
prayer.
Very nice. Very nice.
So, shout out to you, Matthew. You're up there solid.
Congratulations on nailing the drop in. Let's go. That is it's a trick that takes a lot of commitment and a lot of mind over matter. You really just have to trust that you're going to be able to do it. You're going to be able to roll away and be fine. But that was looking perfect to me. You know, you start in the position, you really push down. What I tell people when they're going to drop in first is I say, push down on the board harder than you could ever believe in your whole life that you're going to lean forward and push down. And then they go, and then they go, oh, and don't push down enough. And I say, hey, was that as hard as you could ever do? And then they say, you know what, you're right, I'll do it harder. So the thing with dropping is you can practice just on the flat ground, practice the motion of dropping in like this, and then you can even go to just a very mellow bank, practice the drop in, and then, like what this is, find a very small quarter pipe like this, and really just use your skills, trust in your skills that you've learned practicing on flat and on the small bank, and then bring it to the ramp like this, and that was perfectly executed.
I think that was a good choice in quarter pipes to practice on. Yeah, you don't want to go too big too soon. That one seemed like a good one to practice on. Just keep it that, and you'll get a lot better, and then you get more comfortable dropping on more things, just slightly different, slightly bigger, whatever.
Absolutely. Yeah. What do you think, Glenn?
My tips for you, big dog. I like that. I do that quite often too, but just to keep a little more balance off. You're a little tall guy, so you gotta bend them knees a little more. You gotta get into it. Just if you're standing straight up on it, if you tend to go down, standing taller, you tend to slip out a little harder and hit the ground a little harder. But with that being said, gotta get a little low. Bend them knees. That's what JD told me. Get low. So if you do go down, you're close to the floor. You're not way up here going down. That's just my tips, but you're doing solid. Keep going. Keep on getting stomping it, like Rick said, and by no time you'll be going down bigger and bigger quarter pipes like all of us.
Yeah. What do you think, Bob?
I think you got it. It's done. I think you're just trying to make sure and have that affirmation from people that have already have that progression. But honestly, you don't even need me to say anything because you did it. And if you did it, there's proof. So you got it. That's pretty much it. Like, just keep progressing, keep doing it as much as possible.
Amazing. Well done. A big accomplishment in skateboarding is your first drop in. All right, I think we're ready for one more clip. Who do we have next?
Shout out to all the Braille Army Plus members. Let's go. Anson P, Bigspin.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's the homie that was at the bro.
Yeah. Okay.
Anson P. And shout out to all the Braille Army Plus members. You can join the Braille Army Plus in that link in the description. We are really having a great time watching your clips and reviewing them on here in this new format. So if you want to be on this in the future, make sure to join Braille Army Plus. All right, what do we think about the big spin, Glow?
That's my favorite trick in the entire world. The back big spin, and you got it, big dog. I see you got the helmet, the pads going for you. You're starting off solid. I wish that's how you're supposed to start off, but the 3 steps to it: ollie, back 180, pop shove. It looks like you got all 3 of those down, but maybe work more on the back 180. Just do some back 180s before. So when you get that shove it, think of landing on that nose and back 180 with it. So it's nice and simple. So just shove it, back 180. Just think of a shove it, back 180, and it'll just mind trick your mind to just doing a shove it with a back 180. And you got it because you pretty much did it right there. You just need to land a little bit more on the nose and turn it a slight bit more. So maybe lean a little more forward and boom, practice your back 180s, and that's how it will help you a lot with the back big spin. That's my words.
Well said. I think I definitely agree with Glow. Practicing back 180s really helps build the fundamentals of this trick. And back 180, it all comes from the shoulders. So just remember, like, everything is in the shoulders. So like what Glow said, is you could practice some back 180s where you ollie and then revert a lot of the way with your shoulders, land heavy on the nose and revert a lot of the way. Or you could do ones where you just spin all the way in the air. I would recommend practicing both of these different styles. And then when you come back to this backside big spin, you can say like, all right, I'm getting it almost all the way around. I can use my weight being on the front and revert the rest of the round. So basically, I think it just comes down to keep practicing the back 180s, keep turning the shoulders, and then eventually you'll get this trick. Another thing you can do is practice the fakie big spins, because that's kind of it's similar, it's basically the same trick, but going fakie. And the way that your shoulders are positioned fakie, it actually helps you use the shoulder rotation. So fakie big spin is another fun one to practice for this trick.
All right, you ready to hear some crazy tip? But actually, I learned this trick a few years ago. I never had them good, and then I learned them a few years ago, so maybe it'll help. I would definitely say what Ricky said in the shoulders. If you're not spinning far enough, try winding up your shoulders a little more. And a little secret that helped me, I don't know if it'll help you, but hopefully it will. Can I see your board real quick? Yeah. When you're doing the pop, try to push down like in the pocket, like right here, like just push straight down, and while you're spinning your shoulders, make sure you're popping. And what helped me, this is weird, but when I learned them better, I imagine I'm like scooping it so much that the board, imagine the board spinning like this, but combine like pushing down right there and just getting that good scoop and imagining the board spinning like this, it just scoops good and it comes around, and then with the shoulders, boom, got it.
Yes, that's an important factor, because when we do an ollie, we really pop it down, right? But when we do tricks like tray flip or big spin, we really kind of scoop. So it is kind of a different motion, you know. It's like pop versus a scoop. So it's easy for us to just throw those words around, but sometimes people don't fully remember that the pop and the scoop are different things. So it's good to always keep that in mind.
My advice is probably take it to the hip. You'll probably get way faster experience, and it'll teach you how to just do everything without fully doing the full 180 and the full rotation. It's just like 90. It's like just doing a bank, like you're just kind of doing a shove it fakie. And to me, that's the fastest way to learn it, because I've never really had big spins down until I finally did it on a pyramid or a hip, whichever one you want to call it. And then from there, I was able to understand and master the rotation. Just as Glow said, it's not really the full back 180 exactly how you did it. If you were to do that on the side of a hip, you would probably have rolled away, just because you're stopping as you're going up and you're landing with momentum going down, versus on flat, you're just purely having to do the full rotation. But that's just my advice. Don't do it if you don't feel comfortable. I understand that many people aren't confident going to a skate park where there's a lot of people and you're just having to feel like you're being watched. But if you do get that chance and you have that free time, go to the skate park early in the morning when no one's there and try some big spins. You already padded up. I feel like you got it.
Good advice. I think some really good tips in that one right there, and I think you got the big spin. So keep going, Rail Army. All right, let's take a look at the next one.
The next one is going to be here tomorrow. So Lily will be here.
Amazing. So shout out to Lily, fingerboard extraordinaire, homie with the Braille Army Plus. I believe you're going to take a look at the video right now. Yeah. Okay. Maybe we run that back one more time. Oh, we got a slow-mo. Dang.
You just landed?
Yeah. That was better.
One more rotation. That's better.
Yeah, amazing. Well done, though. That's a really cool trick. So she is landing it, but she's not getting the full rotation. So it's very similar to kind of the tips that we were just talking about in this backside big spin, is that we want to be applying these same factors. Like we want to really be turning our shoulders. Honestly, what I would recommend for this is get super comfortable at doing half cabs, and I would go really fast. I would push in the car park, go real fast, and just do half cabs going fast, and really try to pop them and turn all the way, and just get used to popping them, turning all the way, popping, turning all the way, going like relatively fast speed. Then I will come back to this trick and summon that energy in my heart that I learned of popping it all the way, and then just really try to send it all the way, and then just really turn my shoulders, really try to just get it all the way back around. But I mean, you're doing it. Like, you just got to keep doing it, and you're going to land some perfect ones.
All right, Lily. You're solid. Everything's solid. The only thing that you need to do to get that full rotation, bend them knees. You got to bend the knees. Maybe hang the toe off a little more. Give it a little more power in the legs. But if you bend your legs, that's where the power generates. All in these big muscles right here. So bend them. Oh, McNutt taught me. Explode it. Boom! And you're gonna land it beautiful. I feel like you got the hard part out, and that's just flicking it and getting the motion in your head to like keep it in front of you and all that. So you got all that in your head already. You just gotta bend your legs a little more, give it a little more scoop and a little less pop. You'll be rolling away straight. Bam! Going to Land City.
Yeah.
I would say make sure you're spinning your shoulders or winding up your shoulders. Follow your shoulders, because if your shoulders are going, you're going to spin the whole way. The only other tip I will give is a little secret I feel like I have, and is if you point your toes just a little more when you're doing flip tricks that spin. If you point your toe a little bit more, it slows down the flip and it makes it spin a little better. So if you like point your toe a little more and use the shoulders, I feel like you land it like perfect.
That is a secret.
That is interesting. That makes sense to me, because when you're doing a kickflip like this, you want the board to be in this position. But like Uzi's saying, is when you're doing a half cab flip, you're flicking the board when it's here, and now see my foot has changed position. So if I turned it more, then I would get it back into that same position. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I was going to explain how I learned that, but it just works, so trust me. My advice
Take
is
it to the hip.
take it to the hip. Seriously, that's the best way you learn. Experience, because then you won't be afraid of the flat. So
Yeah.
other than that, honestly, amazing. I feel like you just need more rotation. That's about it. I feel like the progression's there. If you've done more than one, you already are on the right path.
Yeah. A lot of the tips, people send me videos, and I say, you're doing great. Just keep doing what you're doing, and you're gonna land it. You know, like she did land it. Just keep it up, and you'll get it like all the way clean. So thank you, Lily. That was amazing. Look forward to seeing you again soon. See you out here shredding. And we got one more lucky last real plus
right here.
member right here.
Oh, this is a good one.
Yeah. My favorite trick, Aaron. In fact, I couldn't try. Oh,
Anger.
I like that.
yeah.
Anger
Let's
session?
get one more. Dang.
Everything's going solid.
I'll say.
Yeah.
Getting on.
Okay. So, you gonna start something good?
Just go to Fakie.
Yeah, you started. You started that.
I couldn't really see because it looked to me like pretty far away. The phone's right there, and I can't really see like a small little person doing a crook. But I can see the frustration. So you just want to get the crook. Look, man, I'm gonna just tell you: stand on top of the ledge. Make sure it's waxed, over wax it. Make sure that you can fly off. Grind. Make sure you're hearing the. And when you're about to leave the ledge, be weightless. I have no other way of explaining that, but just be weightless. Like for a second, just be weightless.
Yeah.
That's my tip.
Kind of like a little like hop. Like if you're like readjusting your weight, just kind of like that, like hop. But I think that was a good tip, Mo. Like maybe just put your board on the edge of the ledge, stand on the edge of the ledge, and then just plan your escape. You know, just try to do the little hop, or even just try to like almost drop in, just like drop in and like land, and then just when you're grinding, because those grinds were excellent. Like it was grinding so good, you really locked into it. But you just gotta plan the escape. So then just stand in the ledge and just practice just like the way of like shimmying out of it. And then I think after you do that in one session, I think you can do a perfect curve. Should we go this way?
Sure, yeah, I agree with what Ricky said. I think you have the hardest part out of the way. I think when you're getting out of the crook, it's just like the smallest motion of just like lean forward for a split second and then just nudging off. Like just get your weight a little on and then just a little nudge off, and then you should be able to get out of it clean.
What do you think, bud?
All right, there's two possible ways for this, big dog. You're solid up there. You're going at a solid speed for the crooked grind. But I'm going to give it to, Mowgli said earlier, you could either go to Regs or to Fakie. If you were to slow the speed down a little less, go a little more chiller, find a smaller ledge. That one, I'm not saying it's high, but it might be kind of high. Find a smaller one. You could practice going slower, getting into that crook, and sometimes your shoulders just naturally fling you out to Fakie. Hey, that's even a cooler trick than going to regular. Or if you want to go to regular, you just got to dig deep. And when you're going, it's like that little crack. You know when you see a crack and you just nibble it like that? A little tiny, a little bomb. That's all it is out the crook. You're just in it solid. Put all your pressure leaning backwards. Lean back. And just little nibble out. Bam. And trust me, you're going to land it. You're going to be flying high. Land City. We're all going to be there with you. You're solid, big dog. You got this.
Land City. And another thing, honestly, I feel like you're one session away from just landing a really nice crook. Is what you can do is go to a ledge that doesn't end and then be like, oh, maybe I can pop out in the middle. Maybe I can 180 out in the middle. And there's lots of fun ways to keep expanding on the crook and playing with the crook. All right, gang. Well, I think that is all the clips we have. Shout out to all the Braille Army Plus members. You guys are killing it. You guys are shredding. We are here with you to help you progress. On the membership, you can watch all the Skateboarding Made Simple volumes and learn awesome tricks, connect with the community, and then connect with us on the private Discord. So if you want to join Braille Army Plus, the link is in the description. But we had an awesome time watching the clips. What do you guys think? That was pretty sick.
I loved it. I can't wait to see some crazier tricks where I can't even help you out on this.
Let's go. Leave it in the comments. What trick are you working on? What was your favorite video? And should we keep doing this segment? I think it was really fun. I think it has a lot of potential. Maybe we'll see this again soon. All right, other than that, guys, that is it from us, and we will see you in the next video. All right, bye, everybody.